Hi everyone, welcome back to Code Chef. In part 1, we learnt about addition, subtraction and multiplication. Now, in part 2, we are completing our arithmetic operator toolkit with division and the modulus operator. Two powerful tools that will help you solve all kind of real world programming problems. By the end of this video, you will understand how division works differently for integers and decimals, and you will master the modulus operator which finds remainders. These operators are essential for tasks like splitting items equally, finding leftovers, checking if numbers are even or odd, and much more. Let's dive in.
Let's talk about division operator, represented by forward slash. Like the other arithmetic operators we have learned, division is a binary operator. It takes two operands and returns the result of dividing the first by the second. The basic syntax is result equals to dividend by divisor. But here's something very important. Division in C works differently depending on the type of numbers you're using. For example, integer division. When both operands are integers, you get an integer result. Decimal part is thrown away. And floating point division, when at least one operand is a decimal type, float or double, you get a decimal result. This is a common source of confusion for beginners, so let's look at both types carefully. Let's start with integer division. When you divide two integers in C, the result is also an integer. The computer completely discards the decimal part. It doesn't round, it just cuts it off. This is called truncation. For example, 17 divided by 4 is 4.25, but in C with integer division it's just 4. The 0.25 is discarded. Let's see this with a practical example about distributing apples. Here's an example where we demonstrate how to use the forward slash to divide two integers. Since both operands are integers, the result will be an integer with the decimal part discarded. Here we've included the standard input-output library and the int main as well. This is a comment telling about what we are going to do, that is declare and initialize the variable. Here int total apples we have given the value as 17. This represents the total number of apples we have available to distribute. We are using the int data type because we are dealing with whole apples. You can't have half an apple in this scenario. Here int student is equal to 4. We declare another integer variable called students with the value 4. This represents the number of students who will share the apples equally. Then is a comment explaining the operation we are about to perform, integer division. It is very important to remember that since both operands are integers, the result will be truncated, that is, the decimal part will be removed. In line 10, we can see int apple per student is equal to total apples divided by students. Here, total apples is 17 and students is 4. So, accordingly, we will understand that in regular mathematics, if you divide 17 by 4, it becomes 4.25. But here's the key. Both total apples and students are integers. So C performs integer division. The result is truncated to just the whole number part. So 4.25 becomes 4. Line 13 is the printf each student gets percentile D apples \n. This prints out our result, where each student gets percentile D apples is a format string. Our descriptive text is each student gets, percentile D is the placeholder for our integer value, apples is another descriptive text, and \n helps us move to the next line. Now let's try running this code. The output of the program is each student gets 4 apples. Now what happened to the remaining apple? Well, 4 students into 4 apples is equal to 16 apples distributed. That means 1 apple is left over. Integer division only tells us how many whole apples each student gets, not the remainder. We'll learn how to find that remainder when we cover the modulus operator later in this video. What we should remember is integer division discards the decimal part. 17 by 4 gives you 4, not 4.25. This is truncation, not rounding. Now let's look at floating point division. When at least one operand in your division is a decimal type, float or double, C performs floating point division and keeps the decimal part. For example, 17.0 divided by 4 would give you 4.25, not 4. Even if just one number has a decimal point, you get floating point division. You can also control how many decimal places are displayed using format specifiers. Here, for example, percentile F displays 6 decimal places by default. Percentile 0.2f displays exactly 2 decimal places and percentile 0.3f displays exactly 3 decimal places. Let's see this in action with a speed calculation example. Alright, here's an example. In this example, we demonstrate how to use the floating point division operator in C to calculate speed and divided distance. Since the operands involve double types, the division results include the decimal portion and display the result. Here we have included the input-output library. Our int main is where we start a program. We have declared an initialized distance in kilometer and time is what the comment says. Here we have declared a double variable called distance and initialized it with 1350.0. Notice the point 0 at the end. That tells C that this is a floating point number, not an integer. A double is used for decimal number with high precision, perfect for measurements like distance in kilometers. Now, we've used double time is equal to 2.54. We declare another double variable called time with the value 2.54. This represents the time taken in hours, and since we have fractional hours like 2.54 hours, which is equal to 2 hours and 32.4 minutes, we use double. Our next comment explains the next variable. Here we declare an int variable called divider with the value 4. We'll use this to show that even when dividing a double by a int, we still get floating point division. As long as one operand is a decimal type, the result will include decimals. Line 11 explains the calculation we are about to perform. So now, in line 12, double speed is equal to distance divided by time. This calculates the speed, distance divided by time dividing two doubles. Distance is 1350.0, which is a double, and time is 2.54, which is again a double. Since both are doubles, this is floating point division. Calculation becomes 1350.0 divided by 2.54, which comes about 531.496062 and so on. Double speed here means we store the result in a double variable. And speed now contains approximately 531.596062. The full precision is stored in memory, even though we'll display fewer decimal places while printing. Our next line, double divided distance is equal to distance by divider, means this divides the distance by 4. Distance by divider dividing a double by an int. Distance is 1350.0, which is a double, and divider is 4, which is an integer. Even though divider is an integer because distance is a double, C performs floating point division. So the calculation comes to 1350.0 divided by 4, which is 337.5. Now, double divided distance is where the result is stored in a double. The divided distance contains 337.5. This demonstrates an important rule. If at least one operand is a decimal type, you get floating point decimal. Now our next part of the code will explain about the printfs. This prints the speed with controlled decimal places. Speed is equal to percentile 0.2f kilometers per hour \n, the format string. Speed is text, percentile 0.2f is the special format specifier, percentile f means floating point number, 0.2 means showing exactly 2 decimal places, and kilometers per hour is the unit, and \n helps to move in the next line. Speed is the value to print, which contains 531.496062, but percentile 0.2f formats it to show only 2 decimal places, which rounds out about 531.50. So if we run the code, our output will show speed is equal to 531.50 kilometers per hour. Our next printf statement prints divided distance, which is divided distance is equal to percentile 0.2f kilometers format string with 0.2f. Divided distance contains 337.5 displayed as 337.50 with 2 decimal places. So if we run the code, our output for divided distance is equals to 337.50 kilometers. Now let's try running the code. When this program is run, the complete output is speed is equal to 531.50 kilometers per hour and divided distance is equal to 337.50 kilometers. What we need to remember is to use double or float when you need decimal results. If at least one operand is a decimal type, you get floating point division. Alright, so now let's talk about our next topic, that is modulus operator. It is a unique operator that many beginners find confusing at first. A modulus operator is represented by the percent sign, and not to be confused with the percentile d or percentile f we use in printf, those are different. The modulus operator gives you the remainder when you divide one number by another. For example, 17% 4 is equal to 1 because 17 divided by 4 is equal to 4, remainder 1. 10% 3 is equal to 1 because 10 divided by 3 is equal to 3, remainder 1. Similarly, 20% 5 is equal to 0 because 20 divided by 5 is equal to 4, remainder 0, no remainder. The important part is the modulus operator only works with integers, not with floating point numbers. Common uses are finding leftover items after equal distribution, checking if a number is even or odd, creating repeating patterns in a loop. Now let's see it in action with a candy distribution example. In this example, we demonstrate how to use the modulus operator to calculate how many candies remain undistributed. We divide 53 candies among 6 children and use the modulus operator for calculator. We start by adding the standard input-output library. Start with int main that starts our program. This comment tells what we are about to do, that is declare and initialize total number of candies and the number of children. Here we have declared int total candies and given a value of 53 and int children is equal to 6. Now our int leftover is equal to total candies percentile children is where the modulus operator works its magic. Total candies percentile children is the modulus operator. It takes total candies, which is 53, uses the modulus operator with children, which is 6. This calculates the remainder when 53 is divided by 6. If we divide 53 candies among 6 children equally, each child gets 53 divided by 6, that is equal to 8 candies. Now total distributed is 8 into 6, which is 48 candies. Candies left over is 53 minus 48, that is 5 candies. So 53 percentile 6 is equal to 5. Int leftover is we store this remainder in a variable. Leftover now contains 5. Now we move to the printf statements. The printf, after distributing percentile D candies among percentile D children, explains that the first percentile D will be replaced by total candies, that is 53. The second percentile D will be replaced by children, that is 6, and \n moves to the next line. Here total candies, children, the values in order, first being 53 replaces first percentile D and second value replaces second percentile D. So now let's try running this code. When you run this program, the complete output is after distributing 53 candies among 6 children, candies left is equal to 5. Now this makes perfect sense. Each child gets 8 candies, that is 53 divided by 6 is equal to 8 in integer division. 6 children into 8 candies is 48 candies distributed. So 53 total minus 48 distributed is 5 candies left over. And 53 percentile 6 is 5, which gives us that remainder directly. What we need to remember is the modulus operator percentile gives you the remainder of a division. It's incredibly useful for finding leftovers, checking divisibility, and creating patterns. Now let's recap everything we learned in part 2. We learned about integer division. When dividing two integers, result is an integer. Decimal part is discarded or truncated, and an example is 17 divided by 4 is equal to 4. Secondly, we learned about floating point division. When at least one operand is float or double. Result includes decimal places. Use percentile point NF to control decimal display. For example, 1350.0 divided by 2.54 is equal to 531.50. And then finally, modulus operator finds the remainder. Only works with integers. It gives you what's left over. For example, 53 percentile 6 is equal to 5. Combined with addition, subtraction and multiplication from part 1, now you have all 5 basic arithmetic operators at your command.
Excellent work completing both parts of arithmetic operators. Now it's time to practice. Head over to CodeChef and experiment with these operators. Try mixing integers and floating point division. Use modulus to check if numbers are even or odd, and combine multiple operators in calculations. I hope you found this video helpful. Keep practicing every day and you will become more and more confident. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.